All right, hello. My name is Richard Capone, the CEO of Let's Go Learn, and I recently was at the AI show in San Diego, and I realized a lot of people, administrators, don't know how to get started with AI, and this is for educational applications. So I wanted to give you a quick tutorial, especially even to some of my colleagues who maybe haven't started. And I know there's a lot of teachers who've jumped into it, but sometimes as an administrator, you sort of want to have a broader idea. So first of all, what you need to do is make sure, I think you should just get started with ChatGPT because it's a free product. It's also, the paid product gives you some really cool stuff. So it's also the most widely used GPT right now. So here you go. First thing though is make sure you download the correct ChatGPT on your phone. So it has to have this logo and it has to say ChatGPT by OpenAI. All right. There's a bunch of knockoff ones that have slightly different logos. They're not ChatGPT. So get OpenAI as the company, ChatGPT. Once you install that, you would log in. So right now, I'm logged in here, and this is what you're going to see. Now, get your teachers they have to sign up, they get a free account, and there is privacy built in. So it's not sharing everything with them. There's also something you need to look at, the settings, and make sure that you tell your teachers to use, whatever you guys decide on for your privacy policies. But by default, they are not sharing data for training within the ChatGPT. So there is a certain level of privacy. But here's what you can do. You don't want your teachers just going to ChatGPT and asking it for help, just raw, right? You want to create pre-prompted GPTs. And so what you want to do is at least get one teacher to create an account that you pay for, $20 a month. So with the GPT Plus account, which is what I have, I can create unlimited number of GPTs and I can share them with my colleagues. So this is what I have right here. So initially, this is the LGL report expert. We just pay $20 a month for this one account, and I can publicly share this. And that means any of our customers can now drag or use their reports, copy and paste data, and they can ask it to interpret the Let's Go Learn reports. Right, so that's powerful. Now, of course, this is separate from our API account. We have a developer's account, and that's what we use to integrate inside of our product. But just on an end user standpoint, if anyone else has a ChatGPT account, they can access and search for an LGL report expert, and they'll find this. Now, once you get one of your teachers for $20 account, right, they can share it, and they're the point person. They can come up over here and say, my GPTs. You can create a GPT. Right, so this is really, look at the ones I have. I have the Report Expert Beta, AI Brainstorm Support, LCE Assistant, Maxwell, which is a special education expert, and I have a few others, the LGL Report Expert as well. And then I also have an item writer. So this is what you do. You click on this, and they could say, give it a name, a short description, and give it instructions. So it could be, maybe it's a project-based learning assistant. So it says, look, I'm a teacher in a public school. When I ask for project-based learning ideas, make sure it follows my state standards. List your state. Make sure that you reference only best practices site or high leverage practices, whatever you want to do. And also maybe you want to follow the science of reading, right? So you could put all that stuff in there, and you could even upload files. So if you had some scope and sequence documents or anything like that you wanted to reference, in our case, we upload the scope and sequence of our ADAM assessment and our DORA assessment so that people can ask questions and it knows how to move through it. Once you save this, you give it a name, they can make it public, right? And then everyone in the rest of your school can access it. And then that way you have one person who's sort of maintaining it. So maybe you put all these little icons on your intranet and everyone knows, oh, okay, when I want to do a project-based learning lesson, or when I want to, review, get some standards lookup, or maybe I want to do an IEP review. You could even do something like for an IEPs, make sure every present level statement includes the name of the assessment, math and reading and writing. And so you can even create a reviewer of that very, very easily. And so what this is allowing us to do, this is allowing us to create, in a sense, procedures that don't require any coding. It's just natural language. So it's really, really easy. You could even do one for yourself, like if you letter of recommendation writer, right? You can say, okay, on all my letter of recommendations, I always include, some basic stuff, something on the person, talking about the future, talking about past, So you could experiment with this, but it's quite powerful, and I think you should get started right away because you want to get experience understanding this as an administrator. All right, that's it for now. Thank you.